racing again. This is race 2 on race day 3 of the 2026 Silver Kings Hard Enduro. We had race day 1 yesterday, which is race day 2 because prologue was on race day 1 2 days ago. I know it's confusing, but trust me, keep up. Welcome to Hardcore Enduro, where it's all about getting out, riding the hard stuff. I'm George, guy behind the bars and a voice behind the mic, and I'm off to a good start. Second off the line, yeah! Started 192nd today, which is way back there. But we're gonna make up some ground today. Today is a little bit harder of a ride than yesterday. We still got a 4-hour time limit, which I wish they would make that a 5-hour time limit, but whatever. Anyways, got Dan right ahead of me. Remember Dan from the last race? He's a really good rider. He's really fast through the twisties. Really good on the downhills. We got a whole bunch of single track downhill today. I felt a lot more comfortable in the downhills. I think I did better in the downhills today than I did yesterday. Kept the same tire on. I got the Michelin Extreme gummy tire, and it wasn't too worn out, so I just left it on there. The moose really nice and broken in. Just got really good, and you're gonna need that. Today we got the Milo Creek climb, which honestly it didn't do as well as I was hoping to do, and then we got the Talus Fields. And wait till you see what we got to get in with the Talus. Here's where Chad went Superfly, snuck him off the top ropes yesterday, over the bars, and just smashed into the ground. Hope he's all right. He just seemed a little shooken up when I was trying to help him out pick up his bike. A lot of downhill, this down, down, down. I've cut out a lot of the single track today because I want to get to the meat and potatoes of what makes today different than yesterday. Yesterday is the easier of the two big rides. Today has these Talus Fields, which Talus and Scree are not the same thing. Scree is smaller. It's like the leftover crumble of a mine. It's like golf ball size little rock, whereas Talus is this huge natural rock chunks out here. Oh, getting revved on. Got Bryce behind me. He's a fast downhiller, so I pull on over. Let him on by. Like I said, downhill is not my forte. I'm actually, at the end of the race today, I actually injured myself on a downhill. It was kind of dumb, but it is what it is. I stuck out my leg coming down quick to correct a little off balance, and my left leg kind of dragged in the dirt a little bit, and it popped like that. And it's been tender. It's been 2 weeks, and it's about 60% of normal. So I'm hoping it'll come back, but we'll see. I haven't gone into the doctor to get an MRI yet. Maybe I should. Anyway, there goes Kevin and Garrett on by me. Some fast downhillers, but we get down here, and we got our first major obstacle of the race, and it's this big Talus downhill. And Talus is this large chunk of rock, and it's just all loose. And it's real steep, and we got to go down here. Kevin topples over there. That stops the line. They got some outside smokers taking the sneaking line. Kevin's taking his time picking up his bike. Look at all these riders going by. This is where I need to be
right there.
A little bit more aggressive on my riding. I should just get down through, and there goes Trevor. Trevor down. Trevor's actually a really good rider, and he's trying really hard, and he actually finished up top 100, so I didn't think he'd make it that far because it looked like he was burning so much energy here at the beginning. I didn't see him finishing top 100, but he did. He just got a whole bunch of stamina and a whole bunch of I don't give a damn. He's going hardcore, so get out of my way. Look at Jason, though, topples over there. Comes Trevor once again. This is steep, folks. This is this Talus. It's large chunk rock, and it is all loose. There goes Kevin dropping his bike again. I'm trying to keep my balance, being smart out here, taking this outside line. It's still early on into the race, and these tip overs in the beginning can be so costly. So I'm just keeping my balance, letting it roll. Trevor, though, look at him go. We'll see him a lot here in the beginning, and then sooner or later, he finds his mojo, and he just takes off. But I'll give him definitely A for effort, because he was going hardcore here in the beginning. It reminds me of Kurt. If you want to watch the most entertaining video you've ever seen, go watch Kurt of Utah Trail Soda, his channel there, and watch his Moab race. And I'm telling you, I've never seen a guy go as hardcore, throwing his bike, just hitting crazy lines. I mean, his bike had to be reporting him to HR for inhumane treatment of a dirt bike. It was taking a beating. That's how you gotta do sometimes. Anyway, saw Trevor blast on by me again. You got Michael right ahead of me, riding the Talus down. Just trying to follow the leader here. There are a couple little hidden lines you can see. I mean, it looks like there's a line, but trust me, folks, I think you could just go in the middle and have the same ride. So if I do this next year, I think I'm just gonna go in the middle and let it ride. Just try to be smooth, stay up, let the bike kind of bounce around under you. The rocks are rolling no matter what line you took. So I don't know if it mattered. Just go the straightest shot next time, maybe. It was very steep, though. Camera doesn't do this stuff justice, how steep these descents and the climbs are. Later on, we're climbing up Talus at the end, and it is just brutal. I mean, you're going to see that. Wait till the end. Stay all the way to the end, and you can see the Talus climb that I battle, and I hardly leave anything out. You're just going to see it all. Anyways, got a little dirt bike piling up here. Anderson is going to take this little up inside line. I follow him up here. Do a little climb around that little tree, and then I'll have to jump off and give it a little bike push just like he did. We got an obstacle up here of a fallen log that's slowing everyone up, creating a little bottleneck. So this is like the first bottleneck of the day. You can hear all the bikes revving out on them. There's a fallen log that is stopping everyone. It is greasy. It is slippery. Get up and let's sneak up here. Get up to the log. That was a good little crafty line I took. I wish I would have gone left and picked a whole new line. Or just had more speed. Anyway, get up here. Got Jason to my right. I pair up with him. I'm like, I'll help you, you help me. Let's just get this thing done out of the way. So I help him up, and then I'm going to pick up Trixie, although I'm facing the wrong direction here. Poor Trixie's rearing up, looking back at me. You got Ross, Jared, and Finn. All need to pair up, do what I did. Pair up and get over this tree. Anyways, Ezra's right there to my right. He takes off. Let's get going, Trixie. Get on up this hill, climbing up here. This is where I wish I had the Blues. One thing, I think the Michelin Extreme isn't the best for the hill climbs. I think that Blues tire would do a lot better. Or an X-Grip. I want to try the King Kong from X-Grip. Just got a little bit bigger knobs than the Michelin Extreme for the climbs. And this soil here, it looks like Hero dirt, and it is for the most part, but you got these tiny little roots and even some bigger sized roots. I mean, the roots are not big, and they're just making it like ice sometimes. You catch a root at the wrong time without momentum, and it just stops you right in your tracks. Anyways, get on down through here. You're gonna ride under the gondola ride. I think that's so cool that Silver Kings offers that. You got the spectators going up and down on the gondolas. That's why I really want to get my family up here. I think they'd enjoy doing that. My son and my daughters, they would love being up in there. It's so cool. All right, coming up is a climb, and it's probably my low point for the day. I did my worst performance on this hill climb coming up here. Burnt a lot of energy. It just couldn't get my momentum going and keep traction down. I couldn't keep the power down to climb up the hill. Anyway, I was gonna pull over here, and look who it is behind me. Yes, hurry up, Trevor. Come on, we're waiting for you. It's Trevor. Telling you, he finishes top 100, so that was incredible. I mean, he passed a ton of people. I finished 168 today. It just goes to show I could have finished top 100 too if I was just half my age and never got tired. Anyway, Jason going back down for giving another shot. There goes Finn doing a wheelie up the whole dang thing. Look at that. And Carter, look at that speed. See, that's what you need. You need that speed momentum. He just goes up, around. He goes around Finn. Well done, Carter. Anyways, I got to get off Trixie here, and I'm doing the old Manny Letbeckler fully extend. Bike's almost in a wheelie, just pushing up the hill. I don't know if you saw Erzberg, Manny Letbeckler. I don't know how the pros do it. They are like fully extended, pushing their bikes wheelie, and they're still climbing like it's incredible. Anyways, got a couple little roots. It's making Trixie not get any traction here. I'm having to push really, really hard. I'm burning a ton of energy. Got a whole bunch of pushers here. Got Espen off to my left. We're seeing who's the best pusher. Yeah, get it done, Georgie. My plan worked out. I created a big old bottleneck, and now I'm up and over. Everyone else is just bottled up behind me. Look at them all down there. Trixie's throwing some tricks at them. Yeah, strategy. Sabotage your competition. They can't beat you. That's just how racing works. All right, get on up though. That did burn a lot of energy, and I was a little disappointed in myself. That's where Trevor gained a lot of ground. He shot straight up that thing. So did Carter. Did really well. I wish I would have got it in one shot. Would have just saved so much energy. Anyways, we got more climbing to go on here. I'm trying to catch my breath right now. That push really took it out. So I'm going slow. I'm just like, don't do what you did back there. Don't stop. Keep the momentum going. Get to the top. I'm like, all right, good. Finally, catch your breath. Don't make a mistake. Not going as quick though. Look, I'm flying by. Then Mitchell gets this hard pass on me. Flies on by through the roots. Then he revs it up. Does a big old roost right in my face on rocks. Yeah, that's textbook. Folks, that's how you pass people right there. You pass them and then you throw a big a roost as you can right in their face. You let them know they've been beaten. I need to make a shirt that says that. You've beaten the competition. If you've been beaten, you deserve a roost in your face, or let them know you're better than them by throwing a roost in their face. I don't know, think of something clever. Anyways, catch back up to Carter, though. Mitchell off to the left. They're going straight up, not going anywhere. We see this little low line. I don't get the pass on Carter. I let him go. He's a faster rider than me anyways. He's all about that conditioning riding. I have zero conditioning. My riding is sheer willpower. That's how I ride, and the only way I keep going is because my brain says don't stop. My body says stop all the time. My brain's just like, no, keep on going. All right, get up and over. A little breather here. A lot of this really tight single track through these little trees. We don't have little trees like this down in California. I don't know what, we got big trees in California. In fact, we got the biggest trees in the world, giant sequoias, but it just seems like whenever I ride in California, you got big trees, whereas this, maybe this was all forested and these are all replants or something like that. I don't know, but look at those little trees, little twigs. Get up here. All right, this is the second big obstacle or bottleneck of the day was right here. You had several lines. I'm thinking about that one. That would have been a good one. Carter's looking at it. I'm like, all right, that'd be a good one to take. Door number one looked good. It's promising, but I'm going to come up to door number 2 right now. There it is. I see Finn up there pushing his bike already. I'm like, nah, let's keep going. Door number 3 at the top. It's got the biggest line. That must mean something. Now look back, though. A lot of people taking door number 2 down there. But we're almost up here. Here goes Ben. Watch Ben loop his bike out. It's pretty good. Yeah, that's how it's done, folks. Well done, Ben. Anyways, Jason lets me get the pass on him, and I have a different strategy. I'm going to side hill through here and take this lower line. It's a lot easier, folks. Look at Dan up there to the left, up there about 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock. That's another hard line he's taking. It's straight up. He has to do a lot of pushing. When I get up here, I got to ghost. See, look at Dan's line. I'm like, that looks no good. I see this little root. I got to ghost it up here. I'm like, this is all or nothing right now. Just give her a ghost, and she's up. Up is up, folks. I'll take it. I think I had the easiest run of all those amateurs out here. I wasn't breathing too hard. Just give her a little bit of a push there. Up. Got Kevin down to the right, still fighting. I bet he wishes he was up in my line. That's what I love about hard enduro and having options. To me, it's like a chess game on a dirt bike of having to get through an obstacle. I like that. I mean, the single track is fun, but it's the obstacles that to me are the highlight. Like, I want more obstacles, or you got to really choose which line to take. The fast, flowy, twisty single track is, I'm just not that good. I don't get a lot of time on the bike, so getting really comfortable at the speeds through the twisties, I'm always practicing slow, hard stuff, which gets me through. There's no obstacle I think I can't get through at this point in my riding, which is pretty cool. I mean, I just struggle on the regular straight single track. That's the hard obstacle for me right now. It's just single track. Got a nice climb through here. Got to carry that momentum, doing good. Make it up for that terrible climb I did earlier, causing that big bottleneck. Resetting now. Trixie just tractoring up. I'm in first gear right now. I like to ride second gear most of the time, but on these steep climbs where you got to keep the RPM steady and low and you're able to feather that first gear just like a tractor, just keeps on turning, keeps on climbing. There goes Michael for the pass. Now, my strategy of a turtle has paid off because my slow but steady climb hasn't wore me out. And I get past. There's Addie right there. Addie and Michael have to pull over and take a break. But I keep on chugging along here. Got the real steep downhill. I wish you guys could feel how steep these downhills are. It's nuts. Going through the trees too. It makes me want to go back to Barren Ridge. There's a trail out there. I called it Don't Go This Way on the video. And it was one of the steepest downhills I've ever seen. But I need to go back and revisit it to see if it's actually as steep as I remember it to be, or if my skill level is improved and, you know, I'll be able to do it this time. Now that was a sandy downhill too, so you get no traction. There's no way to, once you start rolling, there's like no way to stop yourself in the sand. Whereas here, there's dirt, you know, you can slow down a little bit on the downhills, which is nice. Now coming up here, I remember this from several years ago. They changed the course. They've cut out some roots. And I don't know if they did this to kind of stop some of the bottlenecks. Oh, Trixie stalls out on me. 2 strokes do stall on you, especially when you're barely putting around like I am. But they've cut out some of the obstacles on the course, cut out some of those roots. I think the bottlenecks were just getting too big. They made it a little bit easier, which I don't know. I kind of wish they were still in there, because otherwise you're just riding a lot of tight single track. The obstacles to me is what makes it the hard enduro. So I mean, you can't go back now, but they've cut out some of the roots. So the course isn't what it was a couple years ago. I'd say this section of the course was harder several years ago. They made it easier. But I'd say overall, today's ride should have been yesterday's ride. I would like this difficulty both days, because yesterday was a lot easier, and I guarantee I would have finished a lap if they didn't have that big bottleneck, which I'm sure they'll change it for next year. And I know James, he wants to get people to finish, which, you know, I didn't come here to be a finisher. I came here to ride hard enduro. I don't want it to be like, well, it's too hard, so we're going to make it easier so you can finish. I'm like, no, I want hard enduro. Here goes Ben. He recovered from his big loop out. Here goes Addie. Yeah, I've recovered. Hop back in there, Georgie. But I want hard enduro. I want it to be hard. Get on through here. Really steep, tight. These roots, you know they're slippery, so when you got to cross over them, you're just so cautious. You don't want the tire to slide out on you. Getting up here's Finn. Taking another breather. So you do this, you're at this point in the race now where everyone's about your speed, and so you do this leapfrog of you ride up, you take a break, then they ride up, take a break, and it's really hard to make gaps on people and really pass someone and keep them back there, because then you got to rest, and you rest, and they're at your level, so then they catch you again. But today's ride, they had 114 finishers, which is a lot. I think if they stepped up to like this, to me would be perfect for Friday's day 1, and then day 2, they should have a goal of, for the silver class, they should have a goal of maybe 50, 75 finishers, something like that. 114, it just seems a little too easy. And I'm not saying I would be able to finish a lap today, but I like being challenged. Really tight through here. Steep downhills. They have all these little transfer roads like this, these little transfer roads. I cut them all out. There's a bunch of that in here to give you a little rest break. But then you get back to this super tight exposure style trail ride where you can't get off the line. Like if you go right here, you're in a world of hurt. There goes Jason by. There goes Michael and Finn. See what I'm talking about? You right up ahead, you rest, they pass you, they rest, and then you pass them. So we're at this leapfrog. We just keep passing each other. There goes Finn, almost over the bars. He almost dropped down like I was talking about.
It's all right.
So he pulls his bike up. Yeah, if he would have fell more right, like it's really hard to get your bike up back on the trail. I try to keep up with them. They're really quick through this single track here. My buddy Kyle would be really good. My Marine Corps buddy Kyle would be really good through this single track. Anthony too, he'd be really good. Here's a tight right turn. I walk him down. Better safe than sorry going over the bars though. I am holding Joseph up though, so I'm gonna pull over to the right and let him pass. Hate having to do that. Let him pass, and then I see Carter coming. I'm like, all right, get on there. And look, Carter's wearing the same bag I got, the OGO bag. I like it a lot. Use it for racing. Jason taking a breather, cooling off. He's got his helmet off. Looks like he's grabbing some snacks or something. Anyways, get on through here. We get down to this creek, and there's a guy cooling off in the creek. I don't know who it was. He took his shirt off and everything, taking a bath down there. It's kind of nice. I wish I'd jump in too. Yeah, it looks nice. It'd be kind of fun. It's cold. It'd be kind of fun to have a dirt bike race, and halfway through, they got a pool to just jump in and cool off real quick. That'd be kind of nice. Take this low line here. Looked like I didn't have to get around that road up there. Got a tight left turn. Maybe get back onto, I'd call this double track right here. It's wide. There's no exposure to it, and you just get off into the races. You can go pretty quick through this stuff. You do have some rolly rocks on you. You just got to be cautious, but most of them are kicked out, and you can go pretty quick through here. And we get up here, and this is going to be the start of the Milo Creek climb, and it looks like a cave you're getting into, but they got this little water cache at the start of it, so pull over and get some. Pull up to Joseph McCarter here. Look over far left, that's Matt Spears. If you watch him, he bought a Walmart bike, and he does a really hard trail on a Walmart bike that he put together the day of the ride. I thought it was pretty hilarious. Oh man, looks like a frat party was here. Throwing cans everywhere. Get a second one just for good measures. Anyways, refueled, got my gummies down. Think I took an applesauce too. But here we go, Milo Creek. It's all about momentum, folks. It's not as hard as it looks, even though it's gonna look pretty hard. It is all about momentum and keeping that momentum going. If you stop, it is extremely hard to get that momentum going again. It's not slippery. You think it would be. You think it's wet and everything and slipping and sliding. Well, the rocks actually aren't slippery. They're just giving way. And when you stop, your tire digs in. So it's really hard to keep on going. I think that's Gavin up there. Remember his blue bike or red jersey from yesterday. And then in front of Gavin, you got Jason up there again. Made another pass on me. Anyways, turn left through here. Got a right. If you watch Tristan Hart's video through it, he's just flying through this stuff. And so it just lets me know it's just momentum. And I keep telling myself that, but I can't establish momentum. I'm waiting. I'm really far back on Trixie here, trying to keep that rear tire light. And it's a fine feather of that clutch to get that momentum established. But once you get established, if you can just keep it rolling, like right now, if I could just keep this rolling, I would just keep on climbing. Got Jason though stopped. I got to take the ledge over this root to my left. Now I stop again. I'm like, it's so hard to get going again. I'm watching the video, and all I'm saying to myself is like, keep going. Now, I do use the Enduro Easy Clutch system, which really helps out. My clutch finger does not fatigue anymore. Every once in a while, but it like before on a long climb or you're using a lot of clutch to control the RPM, the tire spin, your fingers would just get tired and burn out. You'd have to dump the clutch and stall the bike. Whereas here, I'm able to keep feathering and keep that momentum going. Yeah, of course you stall right when I say that in the video too. Like George knows I'm having the voiceover and I'm gonna stall right when I'm not supposed to stall anyways. Get up, you see a group of riders up there. There's a big holdup going on. I'm gonna take the left line up here, split the rocks. This is where Tristan went. I watched his video and he took this line too. The Tristan line right here, yeah. Me and him think alike, our minds are like one. Anyways, got Josh coming down here. His bike is dead. Couldn't take it. The old KTM's dropping like flies up here. His race is over.
She called it a day.
Yeah. Should have got a Husky. And then we got another KTM. This is Ben coming down. That's a bad sign. Everyone else is going this way, and you're coming the other way. Trixie, though, climbing. Good job. See, you get traction. It's just momentum here. If you can get that momentum started, you got to keep it. Maybe Ben's just cooling off his bike, but he is facing the wrong way. What are you doing, Ben? Maybe he limped his bike out again. He's a pro bike looper outer. There he is. Get on by him. Everyone's struggling to keep that momentum going. I'm not the only one, folks. But just think how much time you could save and how many people you could pass. If you were coming through here at a high second gear, third gear maybe, you'd be making a lot of passes. Like Travis here. Look at him go. That's what I'm talking about, folks. Just keep that momentum going. Dump your bike over, but it's all right because you made a whole bunch of passes, so it's worth it. Come on, girl, keep climbing. This guy on my left, he made a ton of passes too. He passes all these guys. He's taking a break now.
I'll park this and go and give you guys a hander.
A hander. Easy on the handers.
What's that? She blow up?
Clutch burn up. Dang it, that was a Husky too. That's after I was talking crap about the KTMs. Husky's down for the count. Either ways, I'm taking this left line here. The right line was not going anywhere. And the left line was actually the better line. Now, if you have momentum, you can just keep going straight right there. I mean, I don't have any, so I'm going to have to turn right, pivot right, and then pivot back left. But these guys are not moving anywhere, so I'm getting some passes in. Yeah, look at that. I'm struggling. This is actually the part of the race I was probably struggling the most. But I wasn't dumping the bike. One thing, I did not tip the bike over, so I didn't have to deadlift, pick it up. So well done. To get over here though, I almost dumped it. Did have to pick up the back end to get around. You're going uphill. Camera doesn't show you how much uphill elevation you're climbing. And these rocks are moving. You just can't get it started. It's so frustrating. I'm frustrated at myself. If you're watching this video, it's probably like nauseating. You're like, this guy is terrible. Which I am. But I did make a whole bunch of passes right here because that line to the right was not moving. Yeah, catch up to Joseph again. Get in behind Michael here. Look at that. Michael threw some roost on me and it got on the exhaust. Trixie's not hot. She did not overheat. Some of the guys were overheating their bikes. I didn't overheat one time. So I don't know what these guys are doing, or if they've got their fan on, or if they got the thermostat set in the wrong temperature or something like this. Now, there was two lines here. There was a lower left line. And if I was a pro, I would have took that low left line because it was the faster line. See that guy just got up there? That was the better line to be on. This was a slow struggle bus line. Get on through here. It was slick through here. So it did take some effort. Now we're going to climb out of Milo. Couple different line choices. I go to the left with everyone else. You could go far right. And one guy went straight up the gut right there, which is impressive. But I'm going to go this conservative left line here. There's a little root hanging me up right now, but where Michael is, he just drug his back end up. I do pretty good. Get all the way up here, pop in. I don't have to move the bike over at all. He does a pro Manny Ledbeckler pivot turn there. Well done, but that's a hard line. He's going to have to fight up there. Look at Joseph, living his bike, doing it for the people. Give them what they want. He went straight up the gut, looped his bike out, paid off. He's up ahead of me. Now I'm going to jump on his line though. This was a conservative route. You get over here, then you got to pivot around left, and then shoot up to the left. So I can get around here. Do pretty good here. Get up here. Didn't have to get up and push this rock back a little bit, reestablish my balance. Let that rear tire eat. That Michelin Extreme is still a great tire. Like, it's still fantastic. I just think maybe in the climbs, maybe that Blues would have done a little bit better, but it still did really good. I mean, the top guys use this tire. Tristan, Manny Ledbeckler, and Graham Jarvis. They're all using it, so it's got to be good, right? All right, we are up out of the climb. Now we're going to get over here and we're going to drop back down, and this will start the second section of Milo Creek, which is about the same difficulty, maybe a little bit more. Did really well. Joseph has to take a break though. I get on by. See, I got up.
Good job, Georgie.
Yeah, good job. You didn't spend that much energy, so I wasn't that tired. It's like that previous climb where I got through the turtle mode, but I chose wisely and didn't spend that much energy. Now watch Ross right here. Him and his bike are gonna have a disagreement. And the bike's not gonna like it. It tackles him.
Whoa! You all right?
Yeah, you okay?
Yeah. Damn.
Damn.
That was a big tumble. It looked worse in person. Like I was right there. It looked bad, but he gets up. Ross is a trooper. He's got the same last name as me too. Made a pass on him. Gonna pivot on him right there. He's gonna catch his breath. And look, that's how it's done, Ross. Right there, buddy. Nice and easy. Trixie, make that look good there. It's tough to do when someone loops out and crashes their bike in front of you and the pressure's on that you gotta make it look easy and not do the same thing he did. Anyways, getting up here, here's Addie, and she's a trooper. She's gonna get off her bike and help out Eva up there struggling. That's her competition, y'all. And she's helping her out because she knows she's not gonna go anywhere. Eva don't help though. So, if you're in a struggle or hurt locker, Eva's not gonna help you out. I saw that yesterday. She was that one where the guy fell down to the right, and I looked back at her and I said, hey, you want to help him out? I'll help you. Like, both of us help him. And she's like, no, I'm not helping. I'm like, all right. Noted. Anyways, Addie's a helper. So I follow them too, and then Addie picks a good line up here, whereas Eva goes on the left line, and then I see Addie takes a right line that was just a little easier. So I follow her, and it helped me out. Struggling. Telling you folks, it looks like I'm struggling worse than I am. The bike is still doing most of the work. I'm just doing little rock backs, trying to get that momentum reestablished instead of just twisting the throttle. I do a little rock back, try to give myself a little bit of a bump to get over here, which I wish I would have carried. Now, everyone was getting hung up right here. There's a fallen tree. The tree is slicker and snot right here, and without momentum, it's impossible to get over there. I was thinking I was going to do a 511 special, but I just can't get any momentum started. Then Addie gets through, so I'm like, all right, just pivot on left, get on through like she does. It's hard though. This little section was slick. That root or the fallen tree was very slippery, so I had to get off Trixie here. I try to bump her over. I get off, and I got to do the old push bump right there. But she gets up finally, took a couple tries, get back on her, and then once again, establishing momentum, it's tough. Get her going now. Come on, Georgie. It's painful to watch. Sorry, folks. If you're still watching, I'm keeping this in there just so I can show you the struggle. The struggle's real. When you watch everyone's video and they cut out all the struggle, it looks easy. Or if you watch the Max Cam, Max Gersten, you watch his preview, just blast through everything. So there's the lines that Addie went right here and Evan went left. You can see Eva's still struggling there. This was a much better, quicker line. Get on through here. Now it does go right again, but I'm following Addie now. I'm like, she knows where she's going. I think that's Caleb off to the left there. He's stuck between that fallen tree and the other fallen tree. That was a bad line. All right, after a long wait, the line finally moves through. Addie went up, got Ezra stuck, didn't make it up. I'm gonna make a pass on his left. This is slick through here, so you just gotta keep that momentum until you get this dirt. Once you hit the dirt, you got momentum. It's a steep climb out of here. And trying to get that, come on, Trixie, rock back, get a little bit of a jump. There she goes. Nicely done. Everyone's going left. I wanted to go straight right there, but I chickened out. I was thinking I could just rev it up, pop the clutch, get it on out over that. I'd probably make it over or have to push at least. But anyways, go down here. People are just going through here too easily. I'm like, all right, let's go through here. Got these exposed roots. Taking my time. Don't want to drop Trixie over here. Place the front tire where it needs to go. Pivot it around. Now I get hung up on a root here. Do it 2 tries. And I talked about this on yesterday's ride was don't just battle and battle, battle. Know your limit. Like, this ain't gonna go. I'm like, you know what? I got my rear tugger strap. Just pick up the rear end. Save yourself some time and grief of fighting. And you're up and going again. That did not take long and didn't burn too much energy. So I'm up and going again now. Addie's hung up on some roots here, blocking the way. And I'm like, all right. Going for the hard pass is exposed root here. And I know I'm just gonna pop the front end up, get off immediately, and just give it a little push. There you go. First try didn't work, let's give it a go. A little bump push right now. give it a second go here. And then I do the same strategy that I just did down there. 2 tries, didn't work. Grab the back end, pull her on up. Hit the starter, let the starter just bump it up a little bit more. There you go. Look at Azra making the hard pass and Addie. That's how it's done, y'all. Man, that looked good. Poor Addie, the bike's down again. She's in a world of pain down there. Can't get anywhere. Anyway, get out. I feel bad. I'm like, all right, you got to help her out. Pulling the man card right now. So I go over here. She gets her bike up. I'm going to do the front tire tug there. And we're going to get Addie up and on her way. Look at that. Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work, folks. Nicely done there.
Some gummies?
Look at that. And she gives you some gummies.
You showed me a good line back there.
Yeah, that right line where Eva went left and she went right, that saved me some struggling. Anyways, back on it. Milo Creek in the books. It was easier than it looks. I mean, it looked like a struggle just because it was hard to get momentum established, but I wasn't dropping the bike, I wasn't picking it up, I wasn't sliding out, looping the bike out. Some guys were, you saw that. I wasn't one of those, so I got through. I didn't burn that much energy until I had to help Addie there at the end. Helping Addie at the end was actually the hardest part of that. Anyways, here comes Caleb making the hard pass. Throwing some roost in the face. Yeah. That's how you know you're beat. Let them know they're beat by throwing roost in their face. That's the shirt, folks, right there. Dirt bike just roosting out the bikes behind them with the saying, let them know they're beat, roost in their face. There's another climb that I get her done, but I think I'm a better climber than this. Maybe I'm not. Maybe when I'm climbing solo out by myself, I think I'm better than I actually am. Now that I got some competition around, I don't do as good. Get up here, got another big left pivot to do on these switchbacks here. A little bit of a step up to get with this tree right there. Get over that. Get some coughing out of the way. Keep on climbing. Let's go, Georgia. People are waiting. Got someone behind you. Hear that? Make a hard right pivot here. Get back on the line here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I think Addie's behind me yelling at me to go. All right, get up here. And then once again, I get hung up on this little exposed root or rock. There's a rock slipping me right here. Get stuck on it. I back up a little bit, give it a couple tries, and then I'm like, you know what? I'll just pivot on out of here. Which, I gotta think outside the box. This is where thinking outside the box sometimes is so helpful. You don't always have to be on the main line. Pop out of here, and look, it's so easy. I started thinking about, like, how many other times should I just popped out left or right? You could have get on some easier terrain. You know, it's not as chewed up. Getting up here, off to the races. This is a fast climb that we did yesterday. You're like 6-gear pin straight on up. This is fast as you can go through here. And then we got the fuel station coming up, so it's about halfway through the race. Felt great though, getting some wind on you. It was that slow trudge through the creek, no wind or anything, no air circulating. So you get up here, get some speed, cool you off a little bit. If you're that guy taking a bath back in the creek back there, you get up here, you get a chance to drive to Jersey and dry out with all the speed, the wind. Yeah, you got clapping up there. It's fun having the crowd cheer you on. A lot of hard enduros, you never see anyone. There was quite a bit of spectators throughout the mountain here.
Hey, got the.
Hey, I forgot this guy's name, but he's with Project Enduro for Vets. Had dinner with him last night.
I watched some of your
I want to say Bren or Brian or something like that. Feel bad. I'll get it next time I see you there. Anyways, pull up here, get the regular. It's one of the reasons I got this year of bike. I don't like mixing gas. Everyone thinks it's easy. It's easy to mess up the mixture of your gas, and I'd say the mixture of your gas causes a lot of problems with your bike if you don't get it right. So this year, 2025, their TPI, I mean, they've been doing it for several years now, but you don't have to pre-mix the gas. Now, the pros don't do that, but I'm lazy. I don't like mixing gas. I don't want to screw it up. And I think it's from the years of riding my 4-stroke, my 450, not having to mix gas. You know, it's one thing I don't want to have to think about. And I really like that about this 2025 TE300. I don't have to think about mixing gas. It does it for me. I mean, it is 2026 now. Technology's there. I don't know how much longer people are going to be pre-mixing gas when it runs pretty good. I think you put Tristan or Lanny Beckler on this bike and they're still winning. Get on up here. We've done this climb in several years past. It's kind of a fun section here. They did cut out some roots once again and made it a little bit easier than it has been in previous years. But oh well, I'll take it. Get on up here through this talus field, and I'm gonna run into Jeremy, my neighbor. He's the guy I was talking about in my last video that was changing his tire, and I went to the grocery store twice, and he was still changing his tire when I came back. That's just how it goes sometimes. It's either your tires go really quick or it's a long battle, and it happened to be a long battle for him. Anyways, catch him taking a little breather right now. Supposed to be racing, Jeremy. Cool seeing him though on the track.
Hey, how you doing? You good? You hanging in there? Yeah.
All right, keep on going. Really happy that he's ready. He told me some of his personal story of his life, and he's battled some medical issues recently, and just him being out here on a bike is a blessing, and I hope he gets to do it for a long time to come. Hope to see it next year, Jeremy, out here. Racing silver class too. He's riding the bronze class, which is all right, but everyone I see, I tell them to do silver class. I think it has the more fun obstacles. Got this long climb up through the rocks right here. Get after it, girl. Twist that throttle, George. What are you holding back for? Get your balance. He's all over the place. Get your balance. Twist that throttle. There you go. This is Tristan Hart pace right now. When he's in Milo Creek or going across the talus, he's going this quick. I need flat, level ground. Well, we're going uphill, and then I'm able to go that fast. Anyway, downhill too. Now this backside we did all yesterday, we go through kind of this deadfall, and once again, I think James missed a golden opportunity to get a lot more log crossing in instead of just rocky single track. You know, just got this tight rocky single track to go through. I'd rather have some more obstacles, but I'm gonna cut out a majority of it just because we saw it all in the previous video and it just gets a little repetitive. I want to get to the talus and all the hard stuff. Now Milo Creek was fun, different than yesterday, and then the talus is a lot different yesterday. Now here's Taylor, and he paid for my dinner last night from Project Enduro for Vets. Awesome. All right, thanks, Taylor. I didn't thank you last night, but I think I see him later on the ride and thank him. But he's riding out here at bronze class with his wife or partner. I forget if they're married or not, but here she is, Rosanna, going downhill. She's on like a little trials bike. That's just so cool. I bet their relationship is all better. I mean, I can just imagine out here with my wife telling her she needs to get up that hill and stop being a crybaby. That would really help my relationship out. It'd make the bond that much stronger. Get on up that hill, woman. What are you doing? No crying. You know, that's what I would do. So we got common course with bronze riders now. A lot of these guys are bronze riders. Except for Daniel here. He's a silver class, and he's a good old boy. He just got jeans and a t-shirt. He's what I got when I used to ride back in high school. In 8th grade, I just wore a t-shirt, jeans, and boots and a helmet. That's it. And that's what Daniel's doing right now. He's quick too. We started on the same line today. So he just got, or yes, maybe it was the same line yesterday, but he's got t-shirt, jeans, boots, and helmet. And that's it. It makes me look like a pansy. I got every piece of protection I can possibly wear. He's just got a lot of stamina too, and he's got a whole bunch of butt crack hanging out too. That's how you know he's the real deal. He doesn't give a damn, but he needs to head on over to Canvas MX and get a jersey made. That's where I get my jersey made, is canvasmx.com. Get my custom jersey. I put whatever I want. I put the patterns I want, logos I want, colors. I do everything I want. I do it, design it myself online. That's what I like about it. I do everything online. I don't have to wait for anyone to like tell me, do you like it like this? Nope. Do you like it like that? Nope. It just takes forever back and forth. I just design it all myself and then say print, and then it takes a month and a half to get though. It does take a month and a half to get the custom stuff. They do have pre-made jerseys too. If you like that, check them out, canvasmx.com. Look at Trixie go. Finally, twist that throttle, man. Sometimes it's a struggle of watching myself. I'm just like, go faster. This stuff, you can go faster with it. Now, up here is where Tristan Hart made the big pass of Matty Letbeckler. He stopped right here, and Tristan just went right up through, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this pass back on this guy. He just passed me. Carrying speed, you do get bounced around, but the rocks move, and what the advantage of that is that they don't throw your bike. You don't hit a rock stationary and it just kicks you. The rock moves, it bounces you around, and you can actually go a lot faster than what you think you can. You just got to keep that momentum going. Well done, Georgie. Pat in the back for that one. Yeah, all right. I'm going to cut out a lot of this backside of this hill here, just kind of repetitive, up and down, rocky, single track. Get on over here, though. Look who it is. It's Jeff, Mr. Project Enduro for Vets.
Go, Jeff. George. That's a hard right here.
He's just being safe and cautious. I'm going to do the same thing. Get off the bike, walking down.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's a tight right turn. Once again, another tight right turn. A lot of tight right turns at Silver Kings.
Good. How you doing so far?
Hanging in there, barely.
He's hanging in there. Well done, Jeff. He's riding bronze class, and he does the Project Enduro for Vets. Fantastic organization here, helping out veteran riders, races, and just having a good time on dirt bikes. That's what it's all about. He's got to go through the single track, though, so I hope he did all right. This is that tight exposure single track where you just can't get off the line. If you get kicked off the line down there, you're in a world of hurt out here. And at this point in the race, you have no idea where you're at. Most of the race, you think you're on one side of the mountain or not, but out here, like, you have no clue where I am. But I would, because I got my On-X off-road. My app's not on running, I'm just saving some battery. But I carry my iPhone in my iPhone bag right in front of my handlebars. Look at that. I'm the only guy in this entire race that has my iPhone out in front of me that'll tell me where I am all the time. It is so handy. I freaking love it. Now I'm going to sign it off. It's gone through, 2 hard enduros, which had a 2-race hard enduro on Silver Kings, and it's done 4 other hard rides, and she's held up. So I'm going to sign this mount off as good to go, and soon you'll be able to get your own through hardcoreenduro.com. I'll be selling them on my website, and trust me, you're going to love it. Once you get it installed and it's working, I think you're going to love it. Anyways, folks, here we are to the big show. This is what day 2 is all about, is these big talus fields. Well, Milo Creek is number 1, but Milo Creek pales in comparison to these big talus fields. Now we got to go through the flags. It's like a downhill ski thing where they got to go through the flag markers. You can get up or down the hill any way you want to go. You just got to go between the flags.
There's a big rock right here.
Now we got some common course still. So these are bronze riders here that got to go through this, and then we're gonna break off a little later. And the silver guys, we got to do it like 2 or 3 more times. Like, it goes on and on and on. Anyways, I'm picking my own line through here. I saw that guy up to the left. I'm like, he may know where he's going. It's up to you. You can go any way you want to go through here. And this talus is broken up rock. It's big, chunky, and jagged, and it moves on you. You think it's stationary. The bigger the rock is, more likely it's not going to move. But then you got steeper little ledges and stuff like that. So it's kind of fun. I do pretty good. Pass all these guys, but I do think they are bronze riders. You get up here and you can't see a trail. So you're just trying to, like, where am I going to go? There are little dimples you can. Another spots do see like a little trail that's gone through by several bikes. But honestly, it's just so point to the flags or get up whatever you think you can get up. Now, same thing like Milo Creek. If you can get some momentum established, you can actually get through this pretty darn quick. Once you lose momentum, you try to get started again, she digs on you. So you got to be a little light and feathery with the clutch. I'm really sitting forward back at Trixie here, keeping that front end light. You can see she's popping the wheelie a lot of the time, but really sitting far back, riding her like a unicycle sort of. Basically, you're just riding a unicycle up the rock right here. Slipped out a little bit. Did really good. Didn't drop her down one time. So well done, George. Now, at the time, I don't know how much this we got to go. So I'm kind of pushing pretty hard through here. And we got to go downhill. And then we're going to get to a whole nother level of talus coming up. And I don't know that, but doing pretty good. Got some passes. I didn't know those were bronze riders. I figured they were, but it felt good. Whenever you're passing people, it builds your confidence up a little bit. So that was nice. Anyways, coming into the next field here. And this is all downhill. Once again, got to go through the flags just like you're skiing. And you can kind of see a little line here. I see it's going all the way far left. Looking kind of flat though. I'm telling you folks, it's steeper than it looks, but you could, I'm riding down pretty fast. Much faster than I was at the start of the race. That first talus field we went down where everyone's going kind of slow. Big chunky stuff here just went through pretty quick. Didn't have any tip overs or anything, so made quick work of it. Get down here where that car is. We're gonna hop on that road once again. Then go some downhill. We just gotta make it through there. Just let it roll nice and steady. See, just nice and steady through here. Pick your lines. Obviously there are some bigger rocks, so trying to avoid those, but just nice and steady. Nice steady roll through here. Makes quick work of it. If you go too slow, it's actually harder, so just keep a nice steady flow down through here. Now we're going to drop down through some more single track through the trees, and then we'll get to a section that we did yesterday. So I think we did this yesterday pretty quick. Just go through here, like once again, nice steady through here. Don't stop. It looks scarier than it is, but just nice steady through here. Let the bike do the work. Now we did this yesterday, like I said, so I go through it pretty quick. We're gonna get to the far end. It gets a little chunkier at the farther end, and I had to stop, take a little break, but went through there pretty fast. Get through the other side. Yeah. Now I'm gonna fast forward to get to the big one. We'll just split. So we'll split off on the bronze. This is still common course with bronze riders right here. So we'll go forward to where it splits off, and we'll get back to the silver class. Yeah. So it splits right here. Bronze goes straight. Silver goes right. So this is all fresh stuff. I have not seen this, so let's get after it. Come on, Georgie, twist that throttle. It's not as scary now. Like, you get up through here and you're like, oh, this is a piece of cake, so you start getting some speed. Even though if you go far left here, you'd be in a world of hurt once again, but you can go pretty quick through this stuff. Just let the suspension do its thing. These rocks move on you. They don't kick you out as much as you think they will. And at the time, I'm thinking, hell yeah, George, you're doing good. Making up time on people. But I haven't seen anyone in a while. I've just seen bronze riders, so I'm like, where are all the silver guys at? Now we're gonna get to it right now. So here we go. This is hill climb number 1. We got 2 of these suckers coming in. I don't know that. I think we just got 1, and I'm like, oh man, this is the real deal, folks. This stuff is big and chunky. Talus, folks. This ain't no scree field. This is talus right here. Look at it. It is big, and it moves on you. And we got to go uphill a long ways through the flags, and it's any way you can get up. You can go straight up if you want. You can go right back there. I'm following the crowd right now, but I think there was a right line back there. Sometimes a shorter distance is the faster way to go. We got Jacob right there ahead of me there. I'm gonna come up to the right, try to get a pass on him. Yeah, come on, Trixie, get after. I do really good this climb. Sitting back on the tire, letting Trixie do the work. Look, she's like a horse. You know, there's a horse gets excited, it rears up on you. That's what she's doing. She's excited to get up this hill right now. Got some passing to do. Yeah, let's get after it, girl. Everyone's sandwiched here, but get the pass, yeah. Yep, there's Joseph up there ahead of me. Gotta catch him. So as I'm climbing, a couple things going through my head over and over is make the bike do the work. I usually ride like make the bike do the work so you're not gassed here. And then keep your balance. Picking up your bike, having your bike tip over, especially when it goes tire high side, you know, goes downhill, then you're having a really maximum effort trying to push your bike up, or you got to get off course and pick a lower line or something like that. So letting the bike do the work, and when you see the ledges, go for them. Get that rear tire up over the ledge. Plan your stops if you can. I mean, it is a ton of rocks out here. Take the lower line, getting the pass on Joseph. Got T-shirt and Gene Daniels up there, gonna catch up to him. He's a really good rider though. He has a ton of stamina. It's impressive. Anyway, doing good. Waiting the outside peg there. Nice. I'm using actually some good technique. Getting up here, I see Joseph coming in. I was like, no way. Got to get in here, cut in on. These guys have a dead battery.
What's going on here?
Dead batteries.
Oh, man.
You know, a lot of KTM batteries die. I don't know if Trixie here is at risk of that. Maybe the TE has a stronger stator and it just charges your battery more. I mean, the fan is running pretty constant. Anyways, Daniel goes left. I don't follow him. I choose a right line over here. I'm like, I don't want to get stuck behind people because then I'm either following them or making bad line choices like they're doing. So I just pick a whole new line to the right over here. I see there is a line over here. There's a little low depression in the rocks that I'll be following. It's hard to see, but it was there. I'm not making this stuff up. Getting started right out of the get-go is kind of tough. Got to do some 511 specials there. There's a dump over. First one. It was at high size, so not that costly. If it dumps the other way, I'm going to be struggling a lot more. Anyways, Jacob takes my line. He saw how well I was doing, I think, and it's like, all right, I'm going to choose this line. I don't know if that was a wise choice, though, Jacob. Yeah, you can see the line right here. Follow me. I'm an amateur. That's what I always tell everyone. Listen to the amateur. I know what I'm doing. It was got pretty much a straight climb up the rock here. We don't do the big switchback, so you just a little bit steeper of a climb, but I think it's shorter distance, and you actually get pretty good traction. If you can keep that momentum down, it keeps on climbing. I do have to stop and take several rest breaks. I cut those out just to speed it up, but I'm not just all hitting this in one shot. Do a couple of 511 specials now. Hey, look at that. I got a YouTube notification there. Yeah. It's because I have my Trixie mount right there. I can see who's writing me on YouTube right now as I'm racing. There we go. One more 511 special. Sometimes it's so helpful. If you just need to get 6 inches or just over a rock, that is what you do. Put your weight back. Oh, another tip over here, but still kept her uphill, so that's an easy pickup now. Got Jacob right behind me. You can hear his bike. He's probably saying, oh God, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Why did I come this way? But the flags are getting closer. But there's a rock in the way I don't like. And it ain't an official race in hard enduro unless you've moved a rock or two. So it's time. Get off your bike and move some rocks. You're welcome, Jacob. I'm helping him out. Look at that one spiky rock right there. Get out of the way. There we go. That's all it took.
A little steeper, but a little quicker.
And what? Finish your sentence, George. Gosh dang it. What were you going to say? A little steeper and harder. Anyways, got over that little ledge right there. See, we're making good time. No one from the left side has passed us, so we are going to beat whoever went the long switchback to the left route. We're ahead of them. Which it looks like is Rob. Rob's coming up the left line right there, and I see him. And I'm like, oh, race is on to the flags, because he's making good ground. But Trixie's so close. Come on, Trixie, can't let Rob get up here. Get over there, yeah, cut Rob off at the pass. Now I'm gonna make a hard right pivot. There's a rocks right in the way of my tire though, right where I was pivoting. Had to do this really tall 12 o'clock pivot. Get around though.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Look at Trixie. Well done, girl. Do like my graphics on her. These are the best graphics I've ever done on a bike so far. They've steadily gotten better every time I've done graphics. I really like these ones. I get them done at Backyard Design. Design it all myself. I like using Backyard Design. Everyone uses different, I mean, there's tons of graphic companies out there. I like I like doing my own graphics, so I like doing it online. I don't like having to go back and forth through an artist and saying I need this way or need it that way, and then it takes forever to get done. So backyard design is one of those, and then Canvas MX where I do my jerseys, same thing. I can do it all online, don't have to do this back and forth, talking to an artist to get it done. Making good work up this climb. Look at Rob way back there in the dust. Left him. I get cocky though. I get over here and I let down my guard, and Rob almost catches back up to me. Have to get off and do a little walk push here. Look, he's still way down there. The guy up ahead of me, he's a spectator. He's got an orange in his hand, and so, or a little tangerine, I think. He walks over and hands me a little fruit, and I was like, I'll take it, thanks. Got some rocks to move though. Whoever came after me, you're welcome. You owe me a beer. I moved some rocks for you. Made it easier, that much easier to get up here. Look how easy it is now because I moved those rocks. Come on, girl, let's go. Her back tire just hanging off a ledge here. I gotta do the old rock burnout to get up and over. You can do that on rocks. You can't do that on a log. A log will just stay slippery, whereas a rock, eventually that rubber heats up and grabs that rock and goes on over. Anyways, this guy, here he is, hands me this little tangerine.
Oh, I dropped one down.
Or a cutie. Is it tangerine? They're little. That's not an orange. They're little. Confused. Orange and tangerine. Tangerines are like just small oranges, aren't they? I think so. Anyways, got the flags up ahead, 12 o'clock. This one's a much easier set to get to. This line right here is almost side hill on the talus. You just gotta weight the outside peg now. I was starting to get tired. I made a hard push to get up this climb. I was doing good, so I knew I was getting some passes. Get up here and it goes back through the dirt. And actually, I don't know if, I guess I get up here, but I know the rocks can carry momentum. I get up to the dirt. I don't trust the dirt. I think I trust the rocks more now. I've become one with the rocks. You got roots to deal with here. Over there, you just got loose rocks. These roots are a little trickier. And you can hear Rob has caught me now. So all that huge lead out the window. You're dilly-dallying too much. You dilly-dally, George, and that's what happens. We'll do a 511 here. Weight back, throw the weight forward. I got just get a little bump over the ledge here. Weight back, throw the weight forward, drop the clutch. She gets up another 6 inches. You got these just little roots. They're not big. These little tiny roots to deal with. But she gets on up. I guess that was a better route. Gets on up. Cuts over now back into the rocks. Which I'm glad, because I do think the rocks are a little easier than going through the dirt with the little roots. Stop my momentum though. It makes this climb right here a little extra hard. Look at that. We've caught some more riders up there. Just out of reach. Where's that guy going? He's way off to the right through the trees again. I do think the rocks were a little easier than fighting through the roots in the dirt. A couple 511s coming up here. Weight back, throw your weight forward, drop the clutch, and it just gets you up the 6 inches to a foot you need to get over whatever is caught in your rear tire hanging you up. Now I was thinking about going straight up the rocks right now. The trail goes right here, and you got these exposed roots.
I'll help you if you help me.
And I'm like, we got to team up right now because we're gonna die. And Rob, as tired as he was, he helped me up, doing the front tire pull, getting up here.
All right, Mom, thank you. I'll get you. Good? Yep.
So I got to roll Trixie right up here, and then I'm gonna turn around and help Rob. Now Rob lines up, and he's gonna try to give it a go, and he darts right into me. He knocks me down. Tag, you're it, buddy.
Tag me. No, good.
Get him up here, and then I'm gonna do the old front tire pull for him. And that really helped out. Now he's got to help the guy behind him. So he had to do double duty. He had to help pull me up, and then he helps the guy behind him too. So someone needs to buy him a beer or two. Get up here, back to the trees again. It's hard to get started. I'm telling you, you get hung up on a little root right here without momentum. This stuff is steep, and it's really hard to get going again. Feathering that clutch. Got the big root I see up ahead of me. I'm like, I gotta carry the front end At least above that. Carry that front end above there, and then I'll probably have to get off and push. There you go. Pop the front end over it. I'll try a 511 now. Doesn't get. Try it one more time. Oh, she did get it. Look at that. Got her in the second go. Didn't have to get off and push. So that's what I would do. Give it 2 tries, and then just, if you got to pick up the rear end, do it or push. Because if you just try to do it over and over and over, you can do it like 3, 4, 5, 6 times. You just end up gassing yourself. Whereas if you just would have pushed it or done it after the second try, you save time. At least give it two tries. Crossing side hill back. Top of the hill, finally in the books. We're heading down, folks, and we got a long ways to go down, and it is very steep going down. It's scary steep on sometimes. Got a double log to get over here, and I'm like, man, I don't trust myself over these logs anyways. It is steep through here, going down through the trees. Holding my balance, so letting her roll, doing really good. Another log to get on here. This one you can pop it on over. I get off the bike though. I don't trust myself, so I'm off the bike walking her over this. Telling you folks, it's steep. The camera just flattens this stuff out. Still going down through the towels. Going down always a lot easier, but it's always sketchier because you just feel like, oh, almost lost it right there. I mean, it's easier, but it's just like, man, you just feel like you're gonna go over the bars and face plant right into some jagged rocks. Taking my time through here. Don't want to tip over or fall this late in the game. I'm exhausted. And we got one more climb to the right. We have to do what we just did on the left side. See the left there, the talus. To the right is a whole nother climb we got to do again. And then on top of this talus climb, we got a huge side hill of just the biggest, chunkiest granite little rocks here that you've ever seen. And we get through it. But man, it was a challenge. I like it. I'm glad that I was able to get this far and get through it. Looking back at my race, I always think, man, I could have done a lot better. Could have been faster, but I know at the time I was really tired, and going any faster than a snail's pace would have killed me probably. Got a spectator out here. It'd be a good spot. You get to watch your rider for a long time here because you're not moving fast. See you guys on the left coming uphill. Really steep through here. Just let her roll down. Keep your balance. One more. God, these sections, I kept hoping it'd be done. I didn't know we'd go all the way to the bottom, but we go all the way to the bottom. I kept hoping we just, because I saw the riders on the right. I was hoping it'd like just branch off and we'd go right. Yeah. But nope, all the way to the bottom, folks. Almost there. There we go. Here's the bottom. Now we're going to turn up and I'll hold descent. We got to go all that up. Here we go. All that up once again, plus more. So this one's even worse than the first one. So I get up here and then I got to take a little break. So I take a couple minute break up here. Get some gummies in, drink down some more water, get some applesauces in. This hill's intimidating to look at, especially knowing you did the first one, and this is the second one. Same thing, you got to go between the flags. Got Jacob and then Daniel up there. And deciding which way to go. You can see there was a line that went straight, and it was a gamble. You got arrows saying just go straight up there in the rock. And I imagine the top guys could probably just go straight right there. If you got momentum, you really can carry it, but God, we're so dead tired by now. It's just hard to get going. They go out through the trees here, and I follow them. It's a little bit of a hold up here. Daniel's just sitting there with his butt crack hanging out. Jacob's having to stare at it, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to take an outside line here and see if I can get a pass on these guys. Which turned out to be a big mistake. I should have just stayed in line. I paid the price. I pop Trixie out here, and I go through these little trees. There were lines, like people have done this before. It wasn't like I was just making something all new. but I just don't have the strength right now and the skill level to really be hitting this stuff hard. I should have just played it safe and stayed in line. I would have saved a ton of energy because we still got a lot of talus to climb. Once we get to the top of this hill, we're gonna side hill across a huge talus field with really chunky rocks. I mean, it was nasty. But anyways, get on through here. At this point, I still think I have a good outside line. I'm still gonna do good. Even though Jacob's now made it up there, but I'm like, all right, here's this line. I just need to get a little momentum established and I'll get it. Come on, girl, come on, let's go. It's right here. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be the hot line. And then I dig down once again. And then I see, got Daniel, Jacob, they just take off. And now I'm like, all right, get off this line, get back on the main line with everyone else. So I gotta do a little switchback pivot here. Get off the bike and I'm just gonna push her on over. Like, get back over there. There you go. So I wasted all that energy trying to pick an outside line, getting a pass, which didn't work out. Lesson of the day, which there's been many. Sometimes you just gotta be patient and wait your turn and save your energy. I'm sure there was some better lines than this line, but at this point I'm like, all right, put your head back on straight, George. Stay calm, stay smooth, conserve your energy. You did good back in the talus field before. You'll do good again. Just make the bike do the work. And see, I'm sitting really far back on Trixie here. She's doing a wheelie a lot of the times. Just ride that unicycle up the rocks. So you get that momentum going. It does climb pretty good. But I do get up here and my bash plate hits a rock and it kicks me to the left. I lose my balance and Trixie goes down. Tire high side. Oh man, these are the ones you don't want to pick up. Before I was always tipping into the mountain and now I tipped away. So now I gotta lift a little bit extra. Come on, Georgie, you can do it. There you go. Look at that beautiful bike right there. Once again, back on, see how fast you can go over the talus. Like, it's actually quicker than it looks. Once you get some momentum established, you can actually go pretty darn quick. I don't do anything fancy here. I'm just gonna follow these guys all the way to the other side. And then we got one more switchback to go through the next set of flags. There's, I think, 2 more sets of flags we gotta go through at this point. See, Daniel's getting tired. Jacob made the pass on him. I'm gonna follow Jacob now all the way up. He goes. Daniel cuts it off and he goes straight to the tree line over there, and then he's gonna shoot up the tree line, which he did. That was a line, so it's in bounds too. It's not taped off, so it's in bounds. This is part of the course. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's just so wide. You can go any which way. Now you think you might be faster on the tree line. That's not necessarily true because sometimes you get some roots. The dirt gives way, you dig down. I'm telling you, the talus rock, although it's bumpy and jagged, once you get momentum, you actually got pretty good traction. Get up here, Daniel dumps his bike over. So we're gonna go to the right. Go through those flags. Jacob's almost there already. I'm like, there's not a line up there. I don't know why he went up that high. So I pivot right. Now I'm following Daniel over there. Doing pretty good. I'm getting, my confidence is actually good up in the toss. I'm doing a little bit better. Wait the outside peg. A lot of this, just wait the outside peg. I know it's tough to stand up on one leg right now. You just want a seat ride, but if you can just wait the outside peg, hover your butt above the seat so that the bike's just not bumping you all around, it helps maintain that traction. Got Kurt right here. I don't know what he's doing with his helmet off. The race, now I timed out at some point during the ride here, and I don't know when I timed out, if it was in this talus field here or the next one. I don't think I've timed out yet, but maybe I did. I don't know. Anyway, dump her once again. She tries to pin my foot in there. What are you doing, girl? Pick her on up, and we're almost to the top of this field. We've got the flags right there. Jacob's taking off on me. I'm losing him. Got Landon out there, 1 o'clock. Got to make the pass on him before he gets through the flag. Let's go, girl. Wait that outside peg, George. Look at that, flowing across this big old chunky talus. Look at that, making quick time. Get through the flags, make the pass. Landon, if you ain't passing, you ain't racing, buddy. Get going. Anyways, got to climb to get up through here. See that big talus field off about 11 o'clock there? We got to get about halfway up there, and we're going to side hill that. It's like a half mile of side hill through the talus, and there's some big chunky stuff, bigger than what we've gone through already, and we got to go side hill across it, and it takes me a while. And I wish I was behind Jacob to see the line he took, because him and there's another rider, I think it's Peebs in front of him. They take off and they just keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller on the horizon. And I'm like, dang it, they're taking a better line than I am. But here we go. This talus is like extra large talus compared to what we've been riding before. It is massive. And it's a very steep slope here. We're side hilling across this, so you got to weight the outside peg. And it's so scary. Going across this, you don't want to tip to your left, so you're kind of leaning into the hill. What you don't want to do, you want to keep the bike straight up and down. It gets the most traction and more balance that way, but it's intimidating, y'all. This is no joke right here. This is why you got to do Silver Class. Ride with the big dogs. Ride Silver Class next year when you come to Silver Kings. If you make the sign-ups. James said they sold out in 3 hours, so I imagine next year it's going to be bigger and better, so it's going to sell out quick, folks. Right when it opens up, sign up. It's expensive. This is probably going to be your most expensive trip or hard enduro race of the year, and there's no way around it. But in the end, I think it's worth it. Look how big and chunky this is, folks. I wasn't messing around. It even gets bigger. It gets bigger than this. I'm going side hill. This is nuts through here. And I don't know what the limits are. There is some blue ribbon here, but how high you could get. Like, there might have been an easier line up high or down low. I don't know. This rock, it's really hard to see the line in the rock. Right here, there's a little dip. I got to get my front tire over to the dip. There we go. I'm going to pivot left around the rock right here, and it drops off to the left there, so you just got to watch your balance. I got my bash plate. This is one problem with the 2-strokes, y'all. You got that big old exhaust pipe sticking out to the right hand side. The old 4-stroke Trixie didn't have that. Trixie 1.0. Yamaha's got that reverse engine, so that pipe wraps around, doesn't stick out at all, whereas the 2-strokes here, you got the big pipe sticking out, and we're on that side now where the pipe sticks out on the high side of the rocks. So just taking my time through here. Don't want any more tip overs to the left. Being a little extra cautious. You can see Jacob and Peebs though, they're just gone. I don't see them anymore, so they've made good time through here. It really helps having someone, a buddy, to go through this stuff in case you had trouble, but you know, it's motivation. They're pulling you along and the guy behind you is pushing you, so I'm out here solo, and I don't know, like I said, I don't know if the race is timed out. Guys ride with the little watches on their handlebars to keep track of the race time. I got my phone there. I should have had a timer on so I know how far the race is along. At the end of the ride today, so we can talk about that already, at the end of the ride, there's this really steep climb here, extremely steep. And I go up it, and I don't make it. Had a kind of a bad run. I went to turn around, and on the way down, it's steep. The way down just went a little too fast, maybe. Lost a little control, had his dab with my left foot. My left foot dragged in the sand, and when it was dragging, it popped. And it just overextended, not forward, but to the sideways, extended sideways, popped. And something, either the bone broke, tendon snap, or something like that. Something snapped, because it definitely popped. And then I had a sharp pain, and I instantly regretted my decision. But at the time, I was timed out. There was 2 riders down at the end, and I think his name is Shane. He said that the race was over 20 minutes ago for a silver class. Bronze was still going, and that's an issue I want to bring up, is that they got gold, silver, and bronze, and they're racing different times. Now, the gold's not racing, so you just got silver and bronze today on the mountain, but the way they have start times going, they had it silver go first, and then 30 minutes later they had bronze go. So the bronze actually gets 30 more minutes of ride time. But when you're out in the mountain, you don't know who's bronze or silver other than the number plate. But when you just see a guy out on a hill riding, And you're like, all right, the race is still going because I still see riders out here riding. So you keep on going. And I mean, it's my fault. I need to have the, oh, look how chunky this is, y'all. Look at that, oh, nastiness right here. This is brutal. You got to get through this. I'm like, oh man, there's no turning back now. But I guess I'd say the last point of the day is keep track of your race time, because the last hill where I injured myself was not necessary. The race is over for me, and I should have just, race is over, knocked it off, called it a day. But because I didn't know that, I tried to do this last hill climb and then injured myself. So just an unnecessary injury on my part and not knowing the time. This is gnarly, folks. Get off, push the bike right there. Don't want to tip over this time. Man, these rock chunks are massive right now. They're not moving, so they're large enough here that they're not moving very much. I don't know how everyone else went through this so quick. Like, the top guys that finish in an hour and a half, hour, 40 minutes, or anybody under 2 hours, I would like to see them go through this section right here, because they had to be flying. I'm the opposite of that. I'm like a snail on a rock right now. Going so slow. Love these blue arrows just out here. Like, yeah, go that way. You're like, all right, I'm gonna go that way. That was the nasty part. Now we get up here, it kind of smooths out a little bit. You can tell the rock chunks are a little smaller, so I'm able to just ride it out a little bit smoother. Oh, another issue too. So I don't think I am timed out, because I do have a bolt. It's the handlebar, the bottom one, the handlebar mount bolt. That's the bottom bolt for the KTM, Husky brands. And I was talking to Dan from the prologue. I met him after the end of the race today. Anyways, I was telling him that bolt came out. My handlebars, like, I could turn it full. I was like, what is going on? I twisted my bars. My tire was straight. My handlebars were like perpendicular to the tire. I was like, what the heck is going on here? And he said the same thing happened to him yesterday. So that is an issue. If you got a Husky KTM with that bottom mount for your handlebars, you need to put some Loctite on there or something to keep those bars up. Hey, look what it is! It's Taylor and Rosanna.
I got a chance to thank you for dinner last night.
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was. So last night, Project Enduro for Vets, they're having a little dinner there, and Kurt, who's a member, he invited me over, and Taylor here bought my dinner. So cool. That's him and his wife right there. I talked about them earlier. It's so cool that they're doing a couples hard enduro. Like I said, I think it'd work wonders for my wife's and mine relationship. I'm sure we would not argue one time, and we would just get along great, especially when I'm having to drag her bike up half the time. Oh my God. Taylor, you're a stronger man than me, I'll tell you that right now. But that's awesome. I love seeing it. Gives me hope. All right, so we're on common course with the bronze riders now, and this is what gets back. So you got riders still racing, so I think the race is still racing. But I had to look good. So I got Taylor and Rosanna behind me, and I'm like, all right, I got to make this stuff look easy. Which actually was. Compared to that bigger Talus before, this is actually really easy. So you go pretty darn quick through it. The first time, remember the first year I was out here, this Talus just looked insanely scary to me, and now, you know, it is a battle, but it's not scary. I know I can get through it. Made a lot of improvements this year. I can always tell I'm getting better. Even though I didn't make it a lap, you know, I made 7 checkpoints, and by the time I finished, I think I was closer to the end, just because I kept on going. The race was timed out, but I kept on going. I don't know how much further I had to be to actually get to the top of the hill. I think I was pretty darn close. But anyways, get over here. This is where my handlebars, that bolt starts dropping out, and my bars are getting loose, and I go to turn, and the wheel doesn't turn. I'm turning the bars, but the wheel keeps going straight, and it is just the weirdest feeling. And it's right up here. Watch what happens. So I'm starting to turn, like it's off. Like, what's going on here? You can see my handlebars at a different angle than the wheel right now, off to the left. I'm like, what is going on? Like, the tires, it's not lining up with the bars. So I think, you know, just got to bash it. I go to bash it, and the bolt just completely comes out. See at the bottom there, that bolt just hanging out? So that happened to Dan yesterday. It happens to me. I put it in finger tight, and then I ride up here, and I'm like, all right, let's get this thing fixed before I, you know, have a bad accident. I mean, that's dangerous, folks. I almost lost complete control. Anyways, it is a Torque Star bolt. It's not like a 8mm, 10mm, or a Allen. It's a Star one, a Torque one, and I don't have that particular bit in my tool pack, so I can only do finger tight. Now, for the rest of the ride, I'd have to ride a little bit and then tighten it up with my finger again, because I could feel it. The bars would start getting really sloppy, and I'd feel it coming out, so then I'd pull over, do it finger tight, and then keep on going. So I did this for quite a ways here. Pass as another bronze rider now. But I do think the race is timed out now. It had to be somewhere around here the race timed out for me. Still got to get through some trees. The whole time now I'm just thinking about my handlebars at this point. I'm like, all right, when do I just knock it off? This is gonna get dangerous. If that bolt comes out and I'm in a really bad spot on a climb or someplace technical, you know, I could go down. So here I'll pull out again, get it finger tight, and then I'm off and running. I mean, this is a big safety issue. This would be a recall item. If this is a car, like I got a recall on my truck right now for the windshield wipers. It says my windshield wipers might go erratically in my 2022 F450, so I got a recall notice to go get my wiper motor replaced. I'm like, that's not that big a deal. Here, I got the dang steering wheel not working. It'd be like the steering wheel in your truck not working. You gotta turn left, it turns right, and runs off the freeway. There's a potential Class A mishap waiting to happen here, and I'm still racing though, trying to get her done. Got the big hill climb that I hurt myself at 1 o'clock there. You can see at the tree line. Gonna dive through the forest now. But this, the end of the video, knows a long one. This was off-road day 2 of the Silver Kings Hard Enduro. Hope you enjoyed it. I know it was long and tough, but I like to see the low lights just as much as I like seeing the highlights of a race. Just, I need to know what I'm getting myself into, and I hope if you guys watch this, you'll know what you're getting yourself into. It's a lot of fun. It's a different style of race than other hard enduros, but I think it's worth it. It's pricey, folks. Here's Caleb taking a breather bottom of this hill. This is that steep climb. You got 2 climbs. You got this little one here, and then the big steep one at the end.
Best way to hit that climb is the right lane and all the way from here.
All right.
I know, we'll give it a go. But this is the one I get about halfway, don't make a good run, and then on the way down, I stick my leg, I do a little left dab. Yeah, my left knee pops, and it's been 2 weeks now, and I'm still hobbling around. I haven't gone in for an MRI. I may have to, folks, but hopefully I don't. Hopefully it's just gonna heal on its own. Anyways, until next video comes out, get out, ride, and get some.
Ow! Oh, fuck. Oh, crazy coming down. Yeah.